I recently found out that my fiance cheated on me during a break 5 years ago. Would I be foolish to forgive her lie? My fiance and I have been together 8 years. 2 years into our relationship, she broke up with me because I was moving to a different state. But, we still managed to see each other weekly after my move, and acted like a couple after the breakup. So I felt we were de facto back together. Apparently not. I even asked her during that time if she was seeing anyone else, and she evidently lied and said no. About a year after the breakup we got back together more formally, i.e. had a conversation about it. I recently proposed, she said yes, and she has been acting distant ever since then. Finally, she sits me down and tells me that she slept with 2 people during our breakup period and feels absolutely terrible for lying about it. But the way I see it, she didn't just lie to my face, she cheated, because we were still seeing each other during that year even though she had broken up with me. One of the men she slept with she maintains a friendship with to this day, which infuriated me. She insists that they never slept together beyond the time when we were broken up. Her explanation for lying was she was too scared to tell me because I have a history of abusing alcohol and she was too scared to send me spiraling. She admits it was selfish and stupid and she didn't want to make excuses for her behavior, but I insisted on her telling me why. To be fair, I do have this history and have done some self-injurious things / reacting strongly to bad news, and I understand why she'd have been scared at the time. She does seem to feel a lot of guilt and shame about her poor choices. I'm trying not to make excuses for her, but she was severely mentally ill at that time, and has since been to inpatient treatment and improved dramatically. She insists she'll do anything she can to win back my trust and remedy her lie, but I don't even recognize her anymore. She also insists that she didn't cheat because we had been broken up for months before she ever slept with anyone else. But I didn't even feel like we were broken up during that time, so I feel like she cheated in addition to lying about it. I don't understand how she hid such a big lie for so many years. And the fact that she still talks to one of these men, not often, maybe once a month, and that I've even hung out with him, with her, since then, disgusts me. I don't know what to think. We've had a loyal, loving, beautiful relationship other than this break period. Is this lie relationship ending? Should I end things? I really don't want to, but I'm scared it will never be the same again. Comment. I think you're grasping at cheating component because you weren't together. However, the real issue is she didn't just omit these sexual relationships, she actively lied to you about them, continues to have an ongoing relationship with one of them and made you hang out with him without knowing. All of that is horribly wrong. Her reasoning is just justification. She lied because ultimately she knew how you'd respond and you'd leave her. Even without cheating, what she has done is really wrong and would warrant ending the relationship. I would be breaking up with her if it were me, but only because of the active lying and continued relationship. I'd be livid if she had me hang out with a dude she banged and lied about to me. Oh, get a grip. She lied to your face about it and made you shake hands with the dude she fucked. And is still in contact with him. That's evil. Her using your history with alcohol to justify her lying is evil too. This is embarrassing to read. Have some self-respect. If you don't want to break, then don't, but postpone the wedding indefinitely, and couples counseling is not negotiable. How someone can claim to love you and then lie to your face for so long is incredibly disrespectful. If it were me, I'd leave, but it's your decision. Okay, long one. No, I don't believe people are incapable of changing. However, someone that has lied to someone they claim to love for that long would make me question everything they have said. Especially the excuse your GF gave to justify it. Yuck. Lying is just as bad as cheating in my book, but again, that's just me and you might feel differently. I will say, the fact that she has come to you is a good sign. You say you want to forgive and she wants to earn your trust back, so what I suggest is you postpone the wedding, not cancel but postpone. She needs to realize how much this has affected you. Not as means to scare her or anything, but to really show how apprehensive you are about going forward with her and how fractured the trust is. Then get yourselves into couples counseling. If she is prepared to do whatever it takes, then she shouldn't fight you on this. If she does, then she isn't as sorry as she claims. Tell her everything you have told us here about wanting to forgive but not knowing how to yet, and until you are able to, that's when you can plan for the wedding again. It's important to realize that everything you are feeling is because of her. However, if you want to move past it, don't make her feel guilty about it. Just be honest with your feelings and how much your view on her has changed. She was the one that lied. Now she needs to be understanding on how you deal with it, and however long it takes for you to deal with it. And if by the end you still can't forgive her, then it's just not meant to be, but at least you tried. Combine the fact she lied with she still talks with one of the guys and had you hang out with him. I could not continue the relationship. She introduced you to a guy she lied about effing. I can wrap my head around why she lied. But to have you hang out with one of them and still talk with him, there is no way I could forgive that. Next story 2. Ex-BF got married this past Saturday and I'm wishing I would have been the bride and not his new wife. Is this abnormal that I'm feeling this way? Back in 2015, I was 22 and dating a 50-year-old guy named Jerry. Before you knew it, I was pregnant and was going to be a senior in college the next year. Jerry was super supportive and offered to pay for everything and do whatever he could to help. He wanted to get married, but I turned him down several times and soon broke up with him. 5 months later I had the baby. It was a girl and I gave her my last name and not Jerry's. I just didn't believe a healthy relationship could exist with the age gap. Since we've shared custody of our daughter, he gets her every other weekend and pays child support and is honestly a great father to her. She's his pride and joy. I think he probably got a second wind in being a dad at an older age compared to his previous kids. His oldest son, who is older than I am, is not close to him at all. In 2020, he had another baby with another woman. I remember him telling me on the phone about it and saying that I might not want to hear it. I honestly didn't care like he thought. Now to 2023, he got married the past Saturday to a woman named Rita who is 28. They had a baby back in December 2022 and they work together. He's an engineer and she's a chemist. Obviously I was at the wedding since he wanted our daughter to be there. She's 8 and wanted to be at Daddy's wedding. It was almost like there was a row of seating for all of his baby mamas. LOL, honestly, the last one was the only one there that I knew of. I felt very sad watching him stand up there at the altar and kiss Rita and put the ring on her finger. I was jealous, wishing that was me up there and not her. When I explained this to some of my friends, they didn't get it. They didn't understand why I was still in love with him after rejecting him years ago when our daughter was just born. While there, I found out that the wedding almost didn't happen. I somewhat got excited thinking things weren't going good between Jerry and Rita and that maybe I'd have another chance, but all it was that Jerry had a kidney stone earlier last week and passed the stone the morning of the wedding. Jerry's had kidney stones many times. When we were together I heard and saw him dealing with them on multiple occasions. I was just explaining why it almost didn't happen. Comment. What you're feeling is normal for anyone whose ex hits a milestone because it could have been you. Except for wishing he was having relationship ensures so you could swoop in. You had the wisdom at 22 to keep it a fling, and he found someone who was 2 years younger to replace you. The only thing y'all have in common is your kid, and honestly he should be dating women who are pushing 60 like him. I don't know him, but that's standard creep behavior. The grass is greener where you water it, and you might want to help yourself some before you get too jealous. Girl, he had a row of baby mamas. Promise you that man is no prize. I just didn't believe a healthy relationship could exist with the age gap. It was almost like there was a row of seating for all of his baby mamas. Girl. Red flags everywhere. Focus on your child.